this is your boy TJ, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Wrestling Nostalgia, where I give my reviews for the WWE PLE events and plus the WWE shows. And today we are going to be reviewing Raw, January 29, 2024. So let's just go ahead and get into it. This was actually an action-packed show, but okay. So in this segment or whatever, unfortunately, got some bad news. Your fave CM Punk is not gonna make it to WrestleMania. He had an injury sustained at the Royal Rumble event, and it's very unfortunate that that had to happen. I mean, that happened to him because I actually was looking forward to him in a WrestleMania match of some sort, whether it be for the World Championship, maybe him and Cody, maybe him and someone else. I don't know, but Drew McIntyre, I don't. Speaking of Drew McIntyre, we're gonna get into that. So, anywho's, he comes out, he makes an announcement. He said that basically, he sustained an injury during the Royal Rumble match. He finished it through and through, and he's not gonna make it to WrestleMania. But with the plans that he had, it's not, didn't exactly come to fruition. And, he doesn't believe in luck, but he feels like he's unlucky, but, I don't have no reason to complain, but, I will be back. So Drew McIntyre comes out and interrupts him. And it was just so crazy because he ended up saying, yeah, I meant everything I said about you last week, and you weren't the nicest guy to me. You're a butthole to me, and but you know what? To let you know, I know how it feels to have like your dreams crushed and have the rugs sweep from under you and everything like that. But just so you know, I prayed for this to happen, for you to get injured, and I'm so glad this happened to you, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. And I'm like, ooh, oh, well, damn, we gonna go there, huh? So he ends up telling him that, yeah, now I'm going to be living your dream. And I was like, oh, so you really going to take it there? So you could tell CM Punk is like seething, like he is pissed. He said, you know what? I'm injured right now, but just know when I rehab this arm of mine, just know I'm coming for you. I was like, ooh. So then, Drew tried to go and attack him. Like CM Punk tries to, fight him off as much as possible. But Drew got, to that arm, and then he wound up stomping it. Sami Zayn comes in for the save, and he winds up like trying to, he successfully saves him and all. And Drew McIntyre just all happy and just seething, just like, oh, I did that. Yeah, it don't matter. That man ain't coming to WrestleMania. I'ma be living that dream. So I'm just like, whew, CM Punk. Yeah, speedy recovery to you. I think they said that 4 to 6 months. So he'll probably realistically be back for the next PLE. Talking about the major PLE, which will be SummerSlam. Hopefully he comes back, speedy recovery, and all the other good stuff to him. But I hope he comes back soon and everything goes well. But I just hope he ain't injury prone, man. Like, sheesh, ain't that like the third or fourth time? I mean, outside, because, anywho's, we're going to go on to the next segment. So, Judgment Day segment comes on, and Rhea says that, they need to send a message to the locker room that we're the most dominant faction in WWE and yada, yada, yada. And then Damian Priest said, after tonight, you'll know where my head is after this. And, then we proceed to the DIY segment, because this, I forgot that it was a commercial free for the first hour. So I almost didn't give an else. So then DIY comes out and said that we've been waiting for this moment for our whole lives. And tonight we're going to become the undisputed tag team champions and all the other good stuff. So then we get to the actual match. Really, really good match. Really back and forth-ish. It could have went either way. I don't know why. I kind of did think a little bit that it was going to go to DIY, because I felt like what was going to happen. I don't know why. The way that Damian said what he said, I'm thinking, oh, shoot, he about to turn on Finn. I don't know why. I just had a feeling. I was like, he going to turn on Finn, and he going to let everybody know, look, I ain't with Judgment Day no more. I don't know. That was just me. Maybe I was the only one that thought that, but crazy me, right? So, anywho, they had a really great back and forth match. Damian Priest hits the Razor's Edge, and then Finn hits the coup de grace for the 1, 2, 3. Still, your reigning undisputed tag team champions. So then after that, R-Truth comes out and let me backtrack. So Damian Priest says that he wants to apologize to R-Truth or whatever. R-Truth comes out, he's all looking all like, what's going on here, so whatever. So he's all like, no, it's okay, you just come on or whatever. So R-Truth proceeds to talk his Cash Money ish, and he was all like, yeah, I don't even remember what he said to Damian, but I remember he said that Finn is the weird uncle, and it's nothing more really I could say to Dominic. I'm like, Dominic? What? Who's that? So then with JD McDonough, he said, yeah, he the one that we don't want to claim as our family member. So then that's when then this was when Damian was like, oh, well, you're not a part of the Judgment Day, and we're like family. You're not a part of our family, so I hate to have someone else. Hate to have to do this to you, but it's not going to come from me. So then he gets attacked, beat up, and then the Miz comes out, his former tag team, partner wound up getting beat up too. They laid him out, and kind of figured that that was going to happen, but it is what it is. Short-lived run, but hey. Anywho, the next segment, it was nothing really to talk about. CM Punk was basically getting helped in the back or whatever because, his arm got stomped on by, why was I about to say somebody else? Drew McIntyre. So he looks like he's disheveled, but we're going to get to the next segment, which was actually a match. Shayna Baszler versus Zoe Stark. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. They had a pretty decent match. If we would have blinked, it kind of was over, but Zoe, oh my goodness, brain fart. So basically, they had a nice little back and forth match, kind of was relatively short. But Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark worked together, and then Zoe hit the Z360. Oh, that's what happened. Chelsea Green was ducking everything and moving and all oh, good. But then Zoe got her hands on her, did the Z360 move, and bam, 1, 2, 3. Looks like they're going to be the number one contenders at some point in time, huh? But we're going to see where that development goes from that. But I'm not going to lie. I really, really want Shayna to be a singles star. I don't understand. Why didn't y'all just pull the trigger when y'all had the chance to? Y'all should have just go ahead and let her win the Raw Women's Championship when Becky was the champion. But y'all didn't want that. But, well, ain't nothing I could do. Anywho's, going to move on. Anybody hip to her NXT days know what I'm talking about. So, next segment. Cody Rhodes come out, the Royal Rumble winner. He tells the announcer to announce him as the winner again, the 2023-2024 winner. Yes, back-to-back wins. And he comes out and the crowd tells him in Tampa that he deserves it and everything like that. He's sworn with this adulation and everything like that. And it's just so, I guess, heartfelt for him and things like that. And, right before he was about to, I guess, announce, because, his mind was already made up that he wanted, to finish his story with Roman. So out comes the world champion comes out, and he lets it be known, hey, I know you already got your mind made up, but, you should not pick Roman. I think that's a bad idea. You should pick me. Why would you want, that politicking championship? Or do you want the workman's championship? The person that actually comes in and fights every night and all that other good stuff. Why would you want somebody that's a part-time and champion? He's not even the man anymore. I'm the man now. And this, that, and the third. And I think they're trying to convince us that the world championship that Seth currently has is more, I guess, prestigious. And in a way, because of the fact that Roman Reigns doesn't really defend the championship all that much, he's kind of right. But let's be honest, the WWE Championship is the most prestigious championship in WWE history. Let's not get it confused. Yes, Seth, you've been killing it with these matches. Like, you been knocking it out the park, but let's be honest, that world championship just came into creation last year. This other championship been here for decades. So I know you trying to, convince us that championship is important. It is. But we're going to move on from that. So basically, he's convincing him that he should fight him at WrestleMania and for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Cody lets him know that, hey, you know what I'm saying, my mind was already like kind of made up, but you know what, I'm going to let you know that I'll think about it. So that ends that segment. So I think with my logic here, I think what happened was, since CM Punk is injured, right? I think the original storyline was supposed to be CM Punk and Seth. But because CM Punk is not going to make it to WrestleMania, I think they're going with Plan B. And I don't know why, I kind of have a feeling that CM Punk is going to pick Seth. And then I guess The Rock and Roman are going to fight at WrestleMania. That's where my mind is heading, because I think that's like a sign for them. That's like, okay, well, I think since, CM Punk is not going to be going to make it, so let's just go ahead and go with Plan B. So, and then I could tell, like, by the way that, like, Cody looked, like, in his eyes, he don't really want to fight Seth. Not because, like, he don't think that he's a talented wrestler. I just feel like he really truly wants to finish his story with Roman and actually win the WWE Championship, a championship that his father never won. So that's just my logic here. I think that's what's gonna happen. So we're gonna move on. We'll see where everything goes with that. So Kofi, it was a backstage segment, and Kofi said that everybody want to bring up Booty-O's and, all the New Day stuff, but we still win championships, and tonight I'm taking Gunther's championship, and this, that, and the third. We're going to get to that. So then it is Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed. Not going to lie, I wasn't really looking forward to this match, to be real with you. But it was a pretty decent match. Like a hard-hitting back-and-forth brawl. Like two talented wrestlers and everything like that. I actually enjoyed it. I like I said, when I first seen it, I was like, okay, well, we'll see what this is giving. But like I said, it was a pretty decent match. They went pretty toe-to-toe, back and forth and everything like that. But Jey Uso ends up hitting the big splash, 1, 2, 3, and hey, he's on the road. Looks like, I don't know. I feel like he's heading for Gunther at some point in time. But we're going to see how everything goes with the development with Jey Uso. That was pretty decent. Oh, and then we do a backstage segment where Adam Pearce signs Andrade, and Nick Atlas and Adam kind of have a little back and forth, little debate or whatever you want to call it. And he was all like, oh, that's what we do? He said, hey, it's just business. Oh, it's business? So I guess Braun Breaker had called Nick Atlas. And he said, oh, I got to take this. He said, business. I was like, okay. I think they're going to eventually do like a Raw versus SmackDown at WrestleMania. I guess definitely with Jey and Jimmy Uso at WrestleMania. And I think probably like a couple of other matches like this, Raw versus SmackDown as well. Like whether it be the women or the men. I think that would be pretty decent. I think that would be dope. But we'll see where everything goes from that. It's WrestleMania season. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? So then Gunther tells Kofi that, look, you're going to be in for the fight of your life, but just know you're not taking the championship away from me. And I hate to say it, but I agree. So then we get to Becky, and she says that she unfortunately didn't win the Women's Royal Rumble, and that she is going to take the championship away from Rio and put it back to the main event scene where it belongs. That's yet to be determined. We'll see. So Gunther and Kofi. Oh my goodness. This was a really, really good match. I didn't expect that big of a fight from Kofi, to be honest. I kind of thought he was going to get washed. But he didn't. He kind of did. But, like, he put up a good fight, though. Like, he hit that Trouble in Paradise kick. And I'm thinking, they really about to pull the plug? They gonna make him he gonna take the championship, but false finish. He rolls out the ring and then it's like oh, and then like it was a really back and forth match. Gunther hits that power bomb move viciously, 1, 2, 3. Still your reigning defending Intercontinental Champion, and then Gunther's people come and beat him up. And then Xavier Woods tried to go out and help him, but that doesn't work. So they lays all of them out and they leave. And Gunther still leaves with golden tap. So, but definitely, Kofi definitely, like he definitely went out on the Shield for real. Like he did his thing, but it just wasn't his night. So then, Sami Zayn says that he's tired of Drew McIntyre and his, complaining, and it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault. Oh, the pandemic happened and everything, and that's that and the third. So he says he's going to give him a reality check, and tonight he is going to beat up Drew McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath. At least that's what I think. Like, he reverted back to that gimmick anyways. Definitely when he said that he prayed for that man to get his arm broke. Oh my goodness, you are a psycho for that. You are mean. You are mean, sir. You are bad man. But then the Kabuki Warriors versus Natalya and Tegan Nox. Pretty decent match. Kind of blinking and you just miss it. But yeah, the Kabuki Warriors wasn't losing this. Like, I mean, come on. Like, they just won that championships. You really thought they was going to lose? She hit that insane elbow on Natty, and then 1, 2, 3. Hey. And I think it was a non-title match, so I can't say still your women's tag team champions. So, but then backstage segment, it was Katana Chance and Kaden, and they said that they're going to get a rematch next week, and they better not get too comfortable with those championships because we going to take them back. That's yet to be determined. We'll see. And Bayley is announced as the Women's Royal Rumble winner. My prediction, I told y'all she was going to win. I told y'all. So she comes out and she gloats and she said, look, I'm going to give y'all a chance to go ahead and take our pictures. When have you seen the women's champion and the tag team women's champion and the Royal Rumble winner all in the same ring? It haven't happened. Everybody told me that Damage Control was going to flop. I lost all my matches. But guess what? I didn't listen to none of y'all because this is the most dominant faction, women's faction in WWE. And I am the... I didn't listen to none of y'all, and guess what? And I won the Royal Rumble, and nobody thought I won, but I won that. So guess what? I'm going to WrestleMania, and I'm challenging Rhea. So Rhea comes out, and she says that Mommy's always on top. If you pick me, it's gonna be a waste of a Royal Rumble win. So Mommy's always on top to stand the third. So then she gets attacked by Nia Jackson. She lays her out. You could tell she was seething. She was out on a gruntle, and Nia was not playing with Rhea at all. Like, you would have thought she was a jobber the way she was just tagging her and just beating her up. I was like, God damn. Like, she sat up there and did like 5 or 6 leg drops and stuff. Thought she was Hogan the way she just kept leg dropping her. So then she turns her focus to Bayley, and she says, Bayley, after all of the members of Damage Control leave the ring, she says, you could pick EO. You could pick anybody else. But you better not pick Rhea, because she's not going to make it to WrestleMania. So she said, well, if you was going to let me finish that, I'm going to make my announcement on Friday. So she was like, So then she leaves the ring. I was like, oh, man, I already knew that Nia was not going to take that lying down. Like, after she got eliminated by Jade Cargill, oh, my goodness, she is livid. And she is out on the gruntle, and she is not going to stop. And that's just like Nia. Like, she's not. Oh, my goodness, she laid her out. But I'm still, like, kind of baffled by that. I was like, oh, my gosh, like, whew. I thought, Rhea, what happened? I thought she was the woman, the strong girl. Like, you was supposed to knock her out with one punch. Like, no. And it's like... So Drew said that like out of all of the matches that, and he wrestled him quite a few times, that none of the matches he ever lost to Sammy, which is true. So he says that tonight it's not going to be any different. So that's his reality check. That's his reality. So they have a very, very good back and forth match. Sami Zayn, I kind of felt bad for that man. I'm not gonna lie. I knew he wasn't gonna win. Like, I mean, come on. Like right now, like Drew is like on a whole nother level right now. He is not. He's not. He's just on a tear, and he's just not gonna stop until he is world champion. I don't know if that's going to happen sooner than later, but we just got to see how everything turns out. But basically, they had a really good back and forth match. I remember at one point he tried to do the Claymore kick, and he turned him around. Like, he caught his leg and turned him into the Blue Thunderbomb. I thought that was pretty dope. And there was another little move that he did when he did the Tornado DDT. I was like, goodness gracious. Like, he wrestled like a luchador. Like, whew. And he's really fast, too. I remember at one point, he tried to, Sammy tried to do the haluva kick. So then he ducked, Drew ducked, and he did like this. He didn't punch him, but he went like this. So his stuff ran into his hand. So when he did that, I guess, kind of low blow, but the referee, I think that was just a judgment call, and the referee let the match continue. He hits the Claymore kick, 1, 2, 3. Once again, undefeated against Sami Zayn. And the Stardust Psychopath is on a warpath, and I actually like this Seth. I said Seth Rollins. I actually like this Drew McIntyre way more. Like, to be honest, like, not that like the babyface thing wasn't working for him, anything like that. It's just it gives him a new edge, and I think a part of being a good wrestler is being able to be versatile and be able to change and work as a face and a heel, but. He's doing it really, really well, and I gotta give him his grace. Like, that man, I gotta give him his flowers. He's really convincing as a heel, and I'm here for it. Like, we'll see where everything goes with his storyline, what match he's gonna have at WrestleMania, and maybe he'll be put into a triple threat match or something. I don't know, but we're gonna see how everything folds out. But anyways, overall, this was an action-packed Raw. Like, it was a few matches I didn't really care for or really paid really full attention to. But I think match of the night definitely has to go to Drew McIntyre versus Sammy. Sammy is a very excellent worker. I always tell my friends, like, Sammy reminds me of, like, a skinny version of Mick Foley. Like, they just seems like, and then they even like sound alike a little bit, like how they talk. Like, if you really listen to it, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but he gives me like a skinny version of Mick Foley. Like, they're like how they talk, and like how they're both like, I don't know, they seem like really super nice guys, like, in person. But like, the Raw was action packed, and I did enjoy this Raw after Raw. Why do I want to keep saying WrestleMania? Raw after Royal Rumble. Too many R's. But overall, did enjoy the show. Let me know and comment down below, like, how did you feel about Raw? Like, could it have been better? Could have been, did your fave didn't wrestle? You weren't here for? Were you hurt here for it? Like, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the boy. Talk to TJ. But anywho's, I'm just gonna go ahead and sign out, you guys, and peace out.